Wait, what are they doing?
They got an RV. Like, Tyrod Taylor and Baker Mayfield got an RV at training camp, and they're not letting anybody in.
Does it say no plebes allowed on the outside?
It just, nobody knows what's going on in there. It's just Tyrod, it's just Baker. They're in an RV outside of training camp in Cleveland.
They're definitely cooking meth.
They're cooking meth. They're
yeah,
absolutely
the Browns can't pay them. They're cooking meth.
Yes.
That's what's happening.
It's time to cook.
That was the intro?
Yeah. What's that? That took us like a month to do. That was a lot of work for one guy. I mean, I didn't do anything on that. I asked for that to be made. I thought it was a pretty good intro.
Yeah, it's a great intro.
It's Sportsball, it's Breaking Bad. It just so happens that Tyrod Taylor and Baker Mayfield are in an RV and everybody's making the Breaking Bad jokes, which is great. It's not like we came up with that.
They're a little forced.
Well, there's nothing else going on right now. It's an RV in Cleveland. What else would you think is going on there?
That's how you know it's July. We're talking about an RV in Cleveland.
Yeah, I get it. Well, it's the end of July. We have like 2 days left in July. We have today and tomorrow, and then we're officially in August, and we are close to 30 days out
football.
from preseason football. But yes, an RV in Cleveland.
Do you watch preseason?
Yes, I watch preseason.
Do you get into preseason?
Do I get into preseason?
Yeah.
Like, do I get excited about watching preseason football? No, absolutely not.
Oh, I get excited. I used to go to preseason games.
No, I don't get excited about those at all. I like watching Hard Knocks, which, by the way, Cleveland Browns on Hard Knocks.
I know.
You know who's going to be on it? Baker Mayfield.
I love him. He is a fucking character.
Yeah, he is a character. I know you love Baker Mayfield. We've already discussed that before.
I don't want to talk about this right now.
Okay, no, we don't have to talk about it. I remember what you said. He slid in DMs and he said, no, I don't want to be a part of that. That's fine. And then he goes on to the college football playoffs. Baker Mayfield is my favorite player in the NFL. Hey, a lot of people hate Baker Mayfield.
Well, I don't understand why people, like,
because he's cocky.
Good and cocky, and I love that.
And there's something about an athlete like that where there's two mindsets in America, one of which is the correct one, which is like, we love this kid. I love the cut of his jib. I love the way he plays. There's this other part of America that is so hell-bent on holding these people to some ridiculous golden standard that you have to be a good role model and you have to do the things that I want you to do. And it needs to be like the 1950s where you shut up, you do what you're told to do.
I want you to entertain me or get the fuck off the field. This is why I don't like Kirk Cousins. He did absolutely nothing to keep me entertained.
You say that until you meet Kirk Cousins, and he's got this amazing smile.
You've met Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, I was at this thing.
He's such a doofus.
I met him and 2 Chainz at the same time, by the way.
Okay, 2 Chainz is really skinny in real life,
so
right?
2 Chainz and Kirk Cousins are talking to each other, and I'm name dropping right now like a motherfucker. This was like an NFL Pro Bowl thing that I did, and I wanted to go talk to Kirk Cousins to validate my hatred towards him. Melted away.
His eyes twinkle when he smiles.
He is so fucking handsome, and that smile. It's like, I know why he got all this money now. He goes and he sits down at the table. They're like, guys, we're not gonna, we're gonna tag him, right? We're not gonna pay him any fucking money. All of us agree, right? Yeah, this guy sucks. And then he comes into the room and they're like, what do you want? Tell me your dreams, Kirk.
Do you like long walks down the field?
What do you want? You want to go play for the Vikings? You want to be the starter? Yeah. He's just this engaging guy. He's great. Great as a person. As a quarterback, yeah, he's garbage.
As a Redskins fan, my views of him as a sexual being are completely tainted by the fact that he has disappointed me week in and week out.
He is. Somebody has disappointed Washington. I don't think Cleveland is getting disappointed by Baker Mayfield. In fact, I am so high on this Browns team, it's insane. It's like I'm on meth. Breaking Bad. I know. Look, it's fucking...
I'm going to throw one of my pens.
It's low-hanging fruit. But the Browns are awesome, all right? I love everything they've done this offseason. John Dorsey, who's their GM, which, by the way, is the same guy that was at Green Bay who brought in, Aaron Rodgers, Clay Matthews, Greg Jennings. He's part of that little group that brought them in. He's the guy that's at the Browns, and they went completely fucking nuclear. They have the youngest roster in the NFL. They had an amazing draft. Even though, a lot of people wanted Bradley Chubb, they got Nick Chubb instead at running back, which I think is a fucking steal. This team is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it.
They're going to win games.
They are going to have a winning season. Don't get too fucking excited. It's still the Browns.
You think they're going to have a winning season? Now, I'm not saying that shit.
You're not that high?
I'm high on the Browns. I ain't that fucking high. That is overdose levels. To expect the Browns to have a winning season. They're still going to be terrible. You think winning record, I think 6 games. I I think Vegas has them at like 4.5. I'm not sure.
Hey, that's still better than most of their.
That's better than 0-16, which is what they did. And I think, they got this RV thing going on. I think that's a good thing.
All right, it's not the RV thing. It's the Baker
Hugh Jackson is jumping in the lake. I think that's a good thing. They got John Dorsey taking them in the right direction. They still play in the AFC North.
How many years do you give them before they have a winning season then?
Okay, well, that's not, that's a long time away. I'm thinking.
You think that's a long time away?
I think.
You don't think 2-3 years?
I think I'm at least on my second marriage, splitting time between the kids in different cities.
Oh God, I don't want to
probably
live in
around
a
the
decade
time
when you have kids.
I take out a second mortgage on my house because things are shitty. This is when the Browns are going to be good. So I'm talking about like 20 years, something like that. I don't know.
You might be too low on the Browns.
No, I think we're both too high on the Browns. Might be too high on Baker Mayfield. I don't know. I just love this kid.
I do too.
I have followed this kid since he was a kid.
Yeah.
He's from here in Austin, Texas, and when I worked at ESPN Radio, I covered him at Lake Travis High School, which is where he went. And the whole time he played there, winning games in a state championship, by the way, all of us were looking around like, why is he not getting recruited?
Yeah.
And for him to walk on to Texas Tech, win the job, win games, then leave because Cliff Kingsbury is, he's...
What, a stud? Don't talk shit about Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah, he's such a good fucking coach, isn't he? What is Texas Tech doing? Huh? How are they doing? Oh, did they win a Heisman with Baker and go to the play? No, they didn't. Yeah, because Baker went and walked on to Oklahoma. So that's 2 schools he walked on to, D1 level, then goes and wins the Heisman and then the #1 draft pick.
He's got a chip on his shoulder the size of Texas.
How can you not love this kid?
Yeah.
I love this kid. He's the exact opposite of a kid in Josh Allen that I fucking hate.
He's a white boy that can dance.
He is a white boy that can dance.
Yeah.
That's a rare thing.
Very rare.
I can two-step. I went to cotillion.
That doesn't count.
That does count.
That does not count.
I can salsa, I can waltz, I can do the foxtrot's pretty fucking easy.
That is not what we're talking about.
I can do the shag, I can two-step. None of those
Next
get me
segment.
points.
No.
None of those get me points.
No, you fucking
That doesn't get me.
dweeb.
That doesn't get me points. That's a dweeb move.
Yeah.
So if I went up to a young lady of the evening, well, not a hooker, but like if I
That
went up to
sounds like a hooker.
Not a hooker, but just a nice woman out on the town with the gals,
Mm.
And I said, hey, ma'am, or Mrs. Hopefully it's just miss. I don't want a married
that's a little
situation.
sloppy.
Do you want a two-step? I think that'd be well received.
Are you with the White Horse?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
two-stepped at the White Horse
All right, well, that's
before.
different. It's all about location when you're talking about two-stepping. You can't.
I think they like a Southern gentleman no matter where you are, like in the world. That's
I don't know. The whole Southern hospitality thing, the Southern gentleman thing is kind of off-putting after a certain,
It's off-putting to be treated well.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's a little, not overbearing, but it tends to feel a little forced.
A little forced?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it was forced, because we used to get slapped or our ears pinched if we didn't say yes, sir, or no, ma'am.
That's not what I'm talking about. That's just being polite. I'm talking about the whole, well, howdy, ma'am, would you like to two-step?
That's very nice.
Shut up.
That's very nice instead of saying, yeah, yo, oh.
Hey, yo, bitch.
Hey, that ass, where it going? Bring it back. Yeah, it's better than that, right?
Absolutely. I also don't go out very much, so.
I don't either. When I talk about dancing with people, I dance with no one.
You dance with your dog, and I know it.
I dance alone in my bedroom at night.
Oh, Tyler, that's sad.
And that dance is a slow dance underneath my covers, alone in the dark.
Ew!
No, I'm not talking about masturbating. I'm just talking about restless sleep. I'm not jacking off on my covers.
Yeah, why are you doing it under your cover?
I am an adult. It's fun when you're a kid because you don't care. But when you're an adult,
you have to do the laundry.
Waking up to your own mess in your covers is just disappointing and degrading to yourself. Respect yourself. Do it in a tissue. Do it on the toilet. Not on the toilet, in the toilet.
Oh my God! Just digging yourself into a masturbation hole now.
Yeah, don't do it on the ground.
Ugh.
So yes, so with this whole too high thing on Cleveland, this is going to be our Twitter interaction of the show, which basically we want to know after you and I give our too high and not too highs. We want to know on Twitter, what are you guys too high on? Best response is something that we'll showcase on the show next week. Shoot us a tweet at Sportsball CH. We'll put that right here on the wide shot. We'll put this right here. You can see where to tweet us at. It'll be our best Twitter interaction. And yeah, I want to find out what people are too high on, not too high on. So, like, what about you, Mia? So, like, we're both high on the Browns. Like, what is something else that you're too high on?
I'm too high on Florida State. I think they're going to suck balls this year.
I think they are.
Yeah.
I think why were you how were you high on them in the first place? Have you seen their football program? And when I say football program, I don't mean...
You're going to use that term loosely.
No, I don't mean like the program. I mean literally the program, the booklet.
It's embarrassing.
It says, do something. And Willie Taggart's like, yeah. Do something.
Willie Taggart trying to do the Seminole chop on that program is...
It's not a chop. It's a point.
It's just as pathetic as when Jimbo Fisher got off the plane and he tried to, what is it, hacksaw? What's it called?
No, it's no. It's the Aggie, God.
It's the chainsaw.
No, basically the Aggies will link arms and they...
it was so
They go back and forth, yeah, in their pagan ritual, yeah.
Their pagan ritual, and then they sacrificed a lamb and danced around the blood.
No, they don't sacrifice the lamb, they fuck a lamb. That's what College Station is known for, is sheep fucking. That's what they
serious?
do. Yes, absolutely. That's a true story.
I thought it was for date raping and playing poorly.
Well, no, that too. But I mean, come on. I mean, there's a lot of traditions at A&M between that and then there's the what is it? It's the beer chug thing that they do. They basically drink like a gallon of beer. Oh, it's the ring dunk. They put a ring at a bottomless pit of beer and then they chug it to get the ring. To signify them graduating from an institution of higher education. I've been to a ring dunk before. I've watched a girl, I shit you not. I used to date an Aggie.
Ew! How psycho was she?
Yeah. Anyways, one of her friends, they line up usually. They'll put on ponchos because most people can't handle it. It'll throw up. So one girl was chugging. She threw up. She threw up halfway in her mug and did not know. So she threw up, half of it went in. I saw this girl did not, went back and started chugging it again with her own vomit in it. Texas A&M fighting Aggies, Nazi youth.
They are Nazi youth.
My favorite part about A&M is that their little trolls will come out after they watch this episode and give us a history lesson on why A&M is amazing. They'll use words
They are literally a school that teaches people how to plant a cucumber. Like, they are just a farming school.
That was really good. I've never heard that one before. That one was funny. Usually it's reserved for, like, their Chigamaloo Lucky Lek is whatever their fight song is.
Oh,
That's their fight song. It's dumb. You should.
Jimbo Fisher, enjoy your time at A&M.
Yeah, he went for the money. He got the money.
Oh, he got the money, and they're not going to get any wins.
No, he's going to hate it there.
He's going to blow his brains out.
I don't think we're high enough on how much Jimbo Fisher is going to hate Texas A&M.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we are not high enough on that.
We are
I want to
not.
talk more about that. Oh, I love hearing about him be miserable.
Yes,
he deserves all the misery in the world.
I can't believe that's where he decided to go.
I can't either. I would have bet my firstborn child. I would have given my firstborn child away. I was so confident he was going to LSU.
Yeah.
I would have given that child to the devil.
All right, I got one. I have one that I'm not high enough on, I think.
What?
I don't think I'm full on high yet on how good the American League playoffs are going to be in Major League Baseball. Yeah, I know it's baseball talk, but just stay with me on this. When we're looking at the postseason right now for the AL, Red Sox, Yankees, Astros, Oakland, Cleveland, are you kidding me? Seattle and Oakland? Like, it's going to be sick. Like, either way, you look at this thing, like, it is going to be an epic playoffs. And you're just looking at me. Do you have any respect for the storylines with all of those teams? The Astros are the defending champs. It's fucking Red Sox, Yankees. Oakland is in the mix. The Mariners might go to the playoffs for the first time in like 20 goddamn years. Cleveland. Do you know how good that's going to be? You're so anti-American. You look it to begin with, but God damn it, you act like it too. And that just burns my peaches. What is wrong with you?
I don't know. Send me to A&M if you don't want me to ever come back alive.
No, it's fine. It's just,
send me on location to report on an A&M game.
It gums me up a little bit to see you not happy about AL baseball.
Sucks. There's so many other sports to talk about.
No, this is when I get excited. I told you I get excited around this time of year for postseason baseball. There's a lot of baseball.
It's so early, though.
There is a lot of baseball left, but just looking forward to the anticipation that all these teams can
I'm going to give you
contend.
50 more seconds of excitement.
All right, fine. No, you know what? I'm done wrapping it. I'm wrapping it up. I'm excited about the
I
AL
will
playoffs.
talk about one baseball thing, though.
You know what? We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Now I'm fired about this too high thing.
I told you I'm giving you 50 seconds. Go ahead.
I'm done. You don't want to hear about it? It's fine.
Yeah, but the people might want to hear.
Yeah, the people want to hear about it, but now you're mad about it? No. I'm going to let the fans just rail on you on this episode.
You can't use verbiage like that with me.
I'm going to let the fans craft a strongly worded letter
In MLA format, please.
towards you about your dislike of Major League Baseball, which is,
I will say,
it's terrorist behavior, but it's
I get into it the last 3 innings of the World Series.
Wow, you are the fucking worst. You are the fucking worst. You know what? What else you got? What else you got? Not high enough, too high. What do you got?
What am I too high on? I might be, Florida State, definitely. I don't feel the same excitement. I might be too low on college football in general. I don't know if it's because my season is already over before it started or what, but I'm just not excited about college football this year.
You know what? I hate to agree with you right now, but I don't think I'm also, I think I'm not too high on college football, and I think that should actually be lower. Because I think coming into this year, I'm looking at the same thing. It's starting almost to become the Warriors with Alabama.
Yes.
And I think there might be another Alabama on the rise.
Even more so since I looked at that list that we alluded to earlier in the episode.
Yeah, which we're about to, we need to talk about that here in a second
Can
and
we?
rearrange some things. But the list this year looks like this. Alabama #1, Georgia #2. Folks, go look at their schedules.
Cupcake.
They play no one.
Cupcake.
They play no one. Both of them, respectively, will go undefeated. They'll meet in the SEC championship game again, which it's a wash, as it was last year.
Yeah.
Both teams will get into the playoffs. So we got them in the playoffs again. Joining them is going to be the usual suspects. Clemson's got a really good shot. Ohio State has a good shot. The Big Ten will be interesting from the standpoint of Penn State. Wisconsin probably has one of the best running backs in the country, and Jonathan Taylor. Not Jonathan Taylor Thomas. That's another guy completely.
Yeah.
Okay?
JTT.
Yeah, JTT. But outside of that, nobody's making it, and nobody's going to win it. It's going to be Georgia or Alabama.
I'm going to be more excited about the bowls than the playoffs again.
I might be. I'm tired of it. And fucking Nick Saban just signed a new deal.
We have to deal with Nick.
Till
go to the
2025.
NFL, you fucking piece of shit. Just go to the NFL.
First of all, he's not a piece of shit. If he was on your team, don't act like you wouldn't love him. That's what
I would
every
be
Saban
proverbially sucking his dick every day if he was on my team.
Thank you. That's a hypocrisy of America.
Yeah.
Don't act like if you had Nick Saban as your head coach, half the shit everybody says about
I
him,
would be walking around with a wheelbarrow. My balls would be so heavy.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
I wouldn't need a wheelbarrow. My balls would still be up there. Anyways, no, I agree with you. I'm very excited for college football. Don't get me mistaken. And I know you are too.
I just feel like I'm not excited. Like usually
I can see the ending.
Once August 1st hits, I wear my Florida State onesie to bed every night and light a candle and pray to Jameis Winston.
That's a little weird.
And Chris Weinke and Charlie Ward.
Chris Weinke? Chris Winky.
Weinke!
Chris Winky.
Weinke, whatever.
Florida State. What?
Florida State.
Ugh. Okay, and yeah, it's just, you feel like you can see the ending. However,
Yeah.
a lot of these years when it's all said and done and it's already buttoned up, it usually doesn't happen. But again, folks, go look at those schedules.
It is very unpredictable.
Go look at Bama and Georgia's schedules and tell me,
disgusting.
find me losses. Find me multiple losses, because even if they lose one, they're still going to the SEC championship.
Yeah.
And both those teams will go to the playoffs. And I don't want to see it anymore.
I don't
I need
either.
somebody else who is going
I'm
to
still gonna
dethrone
watch it.
the Kings. Of course I'm going to watch them. I'm going to love every fucking
Fuck
second
yeah.
of it. It's
I'm
going to be
cry
great.
when it's over, like I do every
You know what? I don't think we're high enough on college football. I want to
I don't
completely.
think so either.
I think it's the greatest
I'm so
thing ever.
excited. Isn't it the
I cannot
best?
fucking wait. It is
can't
going to be
wait.
the best. Also, you know what the best thing is? Is that obviously with it being the off season, there's so much there's bullshit going on.
Yeah.
You're stretching for stories to talk about.
Oh, we are. That's why we're
then-
talking so much baseball.
Every once in a while, the Kings up in their ivory towers, they get bored. So they throw down gold to the peasants to fight over. knowing it's pointless. It's a pointless, stupid thing that they do. They just like to see us dance, like the little dancing monkeys we are. So ESPN released an article ranking, knowing it would just set the world ablaze with pointless arguments that go nowhere.
I'm so excited
or a
about
meaningless list that doesn't reside anywhere except in our own heads. But because of that reason, we're going to talk about it. Every time. Oh, you daft woman. We're talking about the best of the BCS. So, ESPN released a list ranking the best championship teams in college football since the beginning of the BCS, which started in 1998.
I feel like this list was missing a few key words, and then it would have been perfect.
What were those key words, Mia?
The best BCS teams in the last 20 years, parentheses, in no particular order.
Yeah, because their order is all
Are you fucking
over the
kidding
place.
me?
All right, let's just start. I'm gonna read the top 10.
Please.
They put.
I will save my. Yes, go ahead.
There's 21 teams since the beginning of the BCS in
Yes.
1998. Tennessee won the first one. By the way, that Tennessee team is nowhere near the top 10.
No.
Or should they be? 21 teams ranked. So at the very top, 2005 Texas Longhorns. All of you guys are very familiar with Vince Young. Texas versus USC. Arguably the greatest college football game ever played. Number 2.
Game.
Hold on.
Not team.
Hold
I'm sorry.
on.
You're right. You're right. I'll save my applause for the end.
Thank you. 2008 Florida Gators, led by Tim Tebow. 2003, or excuse me, the third place is 2001 Miami. I know, we're going to get to that. Number 4, 2013 Florida State. Number 5, 2004 USC. Then there's like 4 or 5 Bama championships in a row. I'm not kidding. It's
5, I counted.
It's 11, 12, 15, 09 Bama. Then number 10 is 1999 Florida State. So a lot to digest right there. Here's my biggest beef with the list, and let's say it at the same time. Who should be the number 1 team? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
2001 Hurricanes.
I didn't say it, but yes.
Why didn't you say it?
I don't know. I forgot.
I'm never holding hands with you and jumping off of a boat.
I did.
I'm never doing that
I know.
with you.
But that's what I was going to say is, one Miami.
It's the fucking Hurricanes. I'm a Florida State fan, and I even think it's the fucking Hurricanes. That team was so fucking stacked. That team was so stacked, they made 2 30-for-30s on them.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about DU. We're talking about the most talented football team. When we're talking about team, there were 38 future NFL picks on that team. 17 of those
Sean Taylor
were first-round draft
DJ
picks.
Williams. Oh, my God.
The team was stacked, okay? That was one of the most dominant teams in college football history. There is no debate among college football fans about who is the best team.
It doesn't matter where your allegiances lie.
Yeah, and we're not talking about...
As much as I hate Miami as a Florida State fan, that team rocked college football.
Yes, it did. Now, and a lot of people, they'll say, to counter this argument, is that, well, you're talking about the team, Tyler. Yeah, 38 draft picks. Well, that was over the course of a few seasons. You are correct. However, that 01 team specifically, that beat Nebraska, that's the team we're talking about. That was the team that had 11 first-round draft picks. Is that enough for you? 11 first-round draft picks on one team?
That's not enough.
That team
not for ESPN.
was dominant.
Yeah.
So I think we can all agree that 01 Miami should be number 1.
Let's go number 2. Let's say it at the...
No.
Say it.
I'm splitting 2. This is where we might differ. We're going to go with our number 2s. Who's your number 2?
Pardon my bias, but Florida State. We set a record-breaking amount of points in one season.
What year are we talking about for Florida State?
Oh, no, not 99. I'm talking about Jameis Winston.
We're talking about Jameis Winston.
Yeah,
you think that's the
2015.
second best team?
Yeah.
Okay, you're wrong. It's 2005 Texas. Because, yeah, record-setting.
Oh, okay.
No.
Now we're just defending
No,
respective
this isn't.
schools' honors.
No, I'm gonna give you why. Because you're talking about points scored. Texas in 2005 set the NCAA record for most points scored in a season before it was broken by a few teams. One of them, Oregon, and then you guys ended up breaking that as well. But 2005 Texas beat arguably one of the other greatest teams of all time. That's why I think 05 Texas gets a nod, because let's not forget why that game was so important. Because if USC had beat Texas, they would have been the first team in NCAA history to be a three-peat champion. That's a fucking dynasty. And that team in 05 USC, had they won, would be probably number 1 over 01 Miami. as the only other team to be a championship team with 2 fucking Heisman winners on it at the same time, and Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush. That will probably never happen again in college football. It is so hard to foresee nowadays when people run with the money.
You're splitting hairs, though. Semantics. We're not talking about the team that they beat. We're talking about that team.
Yeah, that
only.
team. If you put 05 Texas versus 2013 Florida State, Vince Young and company would fucking smash them. And if you disagree with me or disagree with Mia, let us know in the show. There's not a chance in hell. That Florida State team had to come from behind to beat a shit Auburn team. That
We are a second-half team, all right? And Jameis was point shaving. That is the only reason we.
No, you were no. That team that was not that great of a team.
Auburn?
No. Your 2013 Florida State team was not as good as the others. I attest 05 Texas is better. My number 3 team, which I actually have as 2B, as Texas 2A and 2B, is 2004 USC.
Every single one of our starters from that team went on to the NFL.
That's great. That team wasn't that good. It was not that good. Their performance in the national championship game, which is the gauge for all of these, was a shitty performance.
We are a second-half team.
No, that was the first time all season you had been down at the half.
Are you kidding me? Oh,
Yes.
no. We were down at the half almost every single game.
No.
And then we came back and
That Florida State team
ass.
was a great team. They are nowhere near the second best in the BCS era.
I'm defending my team.
Okay.
I'm sticking
You
by
can
my
defend your
choice.
team. You're fucking wrong. It's 05 Texas.
You're wrong.
It's 04 USC. I think it's 2A and 2B. And then at number 4, I put 2008 Florida. Yes, they lost the game. I say this as a person who cannot stand Tim Tebow. But that team was arguably one of the best teams. And as far as defenses go, mother of God, were they good.
Oh, that was
That
a scary
defense
defense.
for 08 Florida was insane.
Yeah.
Were they that great of a team? I hate to say it, they were really, really good.
Yeah, they
However,
were.
they did not go undefeated. I'm sliding them into the top 5, but they definitely don't
That's
deserve
not
to be
fair,
top
though.
3. How is that not fair?
Because they didn't go undefeated and they lost the game.
I still think 08 Florida beats Florida State too. I think you're overhyping your 13 Seminoles. They weren't that good. They weren't that good.
I hate you.
They weren't that good.
Yes, they fucking were.
No, they weren't.
Tyler.
They played in a trash division, and they played a trash Auburn team.
Okay, that
who
Auburn
lucked
team
into
was
that
trash.
game.
That Auburn team was trash. I'll give you that.
They were trash, and they barely beat them. They barely fucking beat them. They played Duke in the ACC championship game.
And
motherfucking Duke.
fuck you. They're all right, Duke sucks.
Duke sucks.
I don't want that. I don't want a soundbite of that because I support Duke basketball.
Duke basketball is fine. That's
Yeah.
a completely different story.
I don't want that taken out of context.
That is who I have.
Duke football fucking sucks.
So you're going to be even more mad at me because I have Florida, 08 Florida at number 4. Then I have every Bama team at number 5.
Fuck you.
And then I have Florida State.
Oh my God, that is just straight up disrespect.
That is
and you're
disrespect.
doing it to get a rise out of me.
I just don't think they were
I don't
that
have any more
good.
paper to throw, so I'm just gonna.
I just don't think they were that good. I don't think they were that good. And if Kelvin Benjamin wasn't 9 feet tall,
Oh my
I
God,
don't think
that
they're a
fucking
national.
catch.
Yeah, I don't think they're a
I
national
still have
champ.
that Sports Illustrated.
It was a bad game. It was a bad game.
It was a bad game for my blood pressure.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've rewatched that game every national championship eve since we won it.
I've watched 05 Texas win a few times.
Yeah, like
I mean,
when I'm
come on.
people ask me all the time, like, oh, what's your go-to movie when you're sad? Like that's a question people ask. My go-to movie when I'm sad is the 2013 national championship game.
Yeah, I go 4th and 5 national championship on the
Yeah.
line. One of the greatest calls of all time. There you
I
go.
fucking love rewatching that game.
Was a great game.
It gets my dick so hard.
Yes, my dick gets hard sometimes too. It doesn't get hard that much anymore because Texas sucks.
Oh, Texas sucks.
But this list, I think, despite you and me and where we stand on it,
You know what?
how
I think
you
ESPN
don't.
did this just so people.
I know, so we could do what we're doing right now to ruin our friendship, the tiny friendship we have.
Oh,
they
that-
want this. This is a hit job on friendships and
our
relationships
show.
across the country.
They're attacking the little guys. They're attacking the small business owners.
Have at it. It's basically like throwing
Yeah.
rotten meat to a pack of starving
Oh my God.
wolves.
And we
that's
are
what it was.
starving. God, we are grasping for stories.
But resounding consensus across the country, how you don't have 01 Miami as a number 1 team, it's not debatable.
Nope.
It's not debatable.
That's not even a conversation.
If you want to mix and match for the rest of them, that's fine. There's points to be made with all of them. But how 0-1 Miami is not number one, no, sir.
I want to watch that 30 for 30.
No, sir. Get that out of my face.
Yep.
Yeah, come on. They're fucking you. I can't stand Miami.
Don't gift that.
Can't stand Miami. Doesn't matter.
Fucking hate them.
Game, respect, game. That team was dirty.
Oh, my God. They were bad boys.
They won a championship with Ken Dorsey.
Oh, Ken Dorsey!
It's a miracle. It's a miracle.
How pitiful is Miami's quarterback situation decade after decade?
It's been really bad.
Have they ever had a successful NFL, a quarterback that translates well into the NFL? Ever? Can you name one? Oh. I'm actually asking because I can't think of anyone.
I'm trying to rack my brain right now.
No, I can't.
Vinny Testaverde?
No.
Vinny Testaverde was good. Shit. That's like
I'm telling you.
all I can think of.
I'm telling you, they are all defense.
Yeah, well, they're all team football.
Yeah.
That Miami team was very akin to a lot of the Bama teams you see nowadays because you can't really name the quarterbacks for them either, and they kind of show that they don't really matter in championship games. When you look at their first one that they won with Saban in 2009, they had Greg McElroy, who I think threw completed 10 passes against Texas. They had Mark Ingram and Trent Richardson on that team. That's who won that game. Tua won it last year on a last-second, miracle over, and Jalen Hurts kind of shit the bed. You don't need a quarterback to win.
No.
Just like Miami did.
Yeah. Miami's the number one.
Anyways, I can also see how 05 Texas was number one. They might have got the list right. I don't know. Maybe the greatest college quarterback of all time? Probably. I mean, definitely. Absolutely. You know what? Now I think about it, 05 Texas definitely is the number one team
Oh, my
of all
God.
time. We don't have time to get back into it, though. We don't have time because we have to move on. We have to move on to something we can all agree on. This is our feel-good story of the week. So, Tour de France, you are a big fan of the Tour de France.
Yes.
By the way, I don't think I need to repeat this, but Geraint Thomas won the Tour de France. I mean, all of us know that because all of us were watching it. I mean, everybody was informed that this guy won because we all fucking know because everybody fucking watches.
Okay, now I'm sensing sarcasm because of the eyebrow movement, and it's rude.
Hey, world, raise your hand if you know who the fuck that guy is and that if he won the Tour de France. Yeah, you. Okay.
Oh, that sounded like
That's a Hitler.
I can't.
Yeah.
Well, my dress is so tight, I can't go any higher than that.
Like a lady. Yeah, he won. That's great for him.
It is great for him. Good for him.
But as we all know, everybody's well aware of him.
The first Welshman.
The first Welshman, yes.
Where are the Welshmen from?
They are in
Welsh County?
The British Isles.
Oh, that's what I
They're
thought.
stuck in there by Buckingham, Ireland, Scotland Palace. Just that's basically what I think sometimes of the British.
So I thought a
way.
Welshman was from the Netherlands. But that would be a Netherman.
We're gonna get you a map of Europe too. I think last episode we needed to get you a map of Texas. Now we got to get you a map of fucking Europe.
I think it was Europe last time too. We were talking about Croatia.
Yeah. Anyways, Geraint Thomas. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right. I don't give a shit. He wins the Tour de France.
Yeah.
But the real story coming out of this that is pretty badass. Lawson Craddock was the real victor in the Tour de France, despite gaining the honors of being the last place finisher.
Let me put this in perspective for our viewers. He was basically Mr. Irrelevant.
Yes, he was La Tourne Rouge, I believe is how they say it, which basically, it's like Mr. Irrelevant in the NFL draft. Last place at the Tour de France. And actually, they're looking back to verify that he was actually the only racer in 105 years of the Tour de France to start stage one, day one, last place, and finish all the way last place.
Yep, every stage he was in last place.
Now, granted, it didn't have to happen that way, as you can see from his picture. He got banged up on day one because of an errant water bottle.
Most riders would have just been like, that's it, next year, I'm going to stay healthy.
He crashed hard. And by the way, that bloody cut over the eye, that's not the only thing. He broke his fucking scapula. Mia, I don't even know where that is, but it sounds painful.
I think it's a kitchen tool.
It sounds like a big-ass bone, and I think if you break it, I wouldn't want to move or ride a bike up a mountain.
No.
So this guy powered through, and what he decided to do, instead of quitting after stage one, is he said, I'm going to donate $100 to the Velodrome in Houston, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, which is where he learned how to race.
Yeah.
Now, it got extensive damage done to it during Hurricane Harvey. So he's looking to rebuild it, looking to rebuild the place where he put his roots in as a cyclist. So he said, I'm going to donate $100 for every stage I finish, and he set up a GoFundMe page. His goal was $1,000. End of the race, he has raised $200,000 to go towards that.
Isn't that awesome?
That is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So hats off to this guy, one, for not quitting, not caring that he was last place. I don't even know what how painful a broken scapula is.
This is his first tour.
And his first tour, yeah, he's a young kid. I think he's 26.
Yeah, he finished the tour, which even Lance Armstrong didn't do for his first 2 tours.
Right. I mean, this kid, hats off to him. That's so cool.
Texas got grit, man.
Texas got grit. And what a thing for the city of Houston that continues to support and, give back after Hurricane Harvey. This guy is a fucking hero.
Yeah.
So to Guarantee Thomas or whatever,
Geraint.
enjoy your black tea, you British fuck. This Texas hero is bringing home the bacon to help out some people in his community.
God, that was the most Texas thing you could have ever said.
There you go. There you go.
Also, fuck Team Sky.
Fuck Team Sky. That's the team that Thomas is on.
Yeah, him and Chris Froome went through the finish line hand in hand.
Yeah, who cares about them? All right, hey, Britain, we won.
Yeah.
Don't forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up? This next segment, though, this is something we got to talk about, and you alluded to it earlier. We need to talk about this because this was so juicy. Is baseball. Yeah, you hate the baseball talk, but it was actually...
No, this was good.
This was a big week for baseball in that Cooperstown had some new inductees to this year's Hall of Fame class, and they were awesome. I mean, Vlad Guerrero, Jen Tomey, we had Trevor Hoffman in there. Who else was in there? I think I wrote it down in my notes. Who else was in there? Oh, Chipper fucking Jones went in. I mean, those guys were like the epitome of 90s baseball. They were some of my favorite players. And that should have been the story this week, talking about them and their accomplishments and seeing highlights on TV. Instead, this video went viral. And we're going to play this video so everybody can listen to it, and then we are going to discuss it.
Discuss it. Play the video.
You know that I, in the Dodger organization, and certainly was taught how to play professional baseball and do things the right way. I want you to look at some things that were going on today in batting practice here with the Dodgers. What do you see? T-shirts. You see Chase Utley with no socks and pants up over his knees. T-shirt. This was prevalent with their whole team. And I think about fans that come to SunTrust Park who are Dodgers fans and want to see their players. They had no idea who any of them were. Nobody had any kind of uniform or batting practice shirt on with their name on their jersey. They looked very unprofessional. And I think I can say this because I know what the Dodger organization was all about.
There's the bunt. It is perfect.
But if I were a Dodger fan, I'd be embarrassed. And I don't know how Major League Baseball allows such attire when the gates are open and fans are watching. Chase Utley, I've had nothing but respect for him his whole career. I think he's a great player, and I thought he always played the game the right way. That was an embarrassment what he had on today during batting practice.
Yeah, when you think of all the merchandising that Major League Baseball does with their practice uniforms and the batting practice jerseys, I'm with you. Why not? Well, it's called a uniform for a reason.
It's called a uniform for a reason. So there's a ton of breakdown in there. Just to set the stage, those were announcers, Braves announcers, Joe Simpson and Chip Caray, or Caray. Don't know how to pronounce his last name.
If it makes you feel better, Chip, I don't know who any of those players are, even with their uniforms on.
Yeah, okay, and that's fine. For me, though, just looking at this, trying to break this down in a few different angles and finding out how many fuck yous I can send to these guys and old fogies who actually thought that was an embarrassment. First of all, what the fuck are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? How the fuck is that an embarrassment to baseball? Let's hammer out some of these all-time quotes. Fans didn't know who they were. You're telling me you don't know who Justin fucking Turner is if you're a Dodgers fan? Who's that gigantic guy with a huge orange beard? I just don't recognize him. He looks like Justin Turner, but without his uniform on, I just don't think I can peg him. Oh, who's that guy? Big old strong. He looks like Puig. Is that Puig? I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have his jersey on. Yeah, don't know who the fans are. Or the players are. What the fuck are you talking about? Every fan knows who those guys are. Do you think it's the first time the Dodgers players haven't worn their unis in BP? No, it's because it was a Braves game, and it was Braves announcers that had to call them out. The other one was Dodgers fans should be embarrassed. Embarrassed of what? If you're a fan of baseball for any team, and you're mad that your players aren't wearing their jerseys for BP, when most fans aren't even in the fucking stadium,
That's true.
What are you talking about? You know what fans are there at the stadium, Mia, early to go to BP? It's kids who are so loyal and want to get these players' autographs and know who they are instantaneously, jersey or fucking no jersey. One of my favorite ones, Chase Utley should be embarrassed for what he's wearing. Well, Joe, let me explain to you what Chase was wearing. He was wearing a shirt that is called Strikeout Cancer. And if you buy the t-shirt, proceeds go to pediatric cancer. Do you know what that is? That's cancer for kids. So to say what Chase Utley was wearing was an embarrassment, I guess it was, because you don't want kids to get cancer treatment, you old fuck. How fucking stupid can you be? These guys epitomize the reason why baseball is not more popular. Because baseball purists...
No. Baseball's not more popular because baseball is slow.
No, baseball has an image problem. Regionally, when you look at regional markets...
Because of doping?
No. Regional markets for baseball are higher than most other teams in the city. They're very strong. As a nation, though, they do not get the ratings. One of the reasons why, baseball likes baseball the way they want it and have had it forever. They don't like change. They are so against change, and they're so against marketing their league in the right way. Rob Manfred even called out Mike Trout, saying he needs to be promoted more. Mike Trout, they recently did a poll with sports fans, and Mike Trout wasn't even as well known as bench players in the NBA. And Mike Trout might end up being one of the greatest baseball players of all time. Certainly is one of the best, if not the best, right now.
I even know that.
Baseball players are not household names like they used to be. When I said Vlad Guerrero and Jim Thome and Chipper Jones, no, I think Puig is, but I'm talking about the guys back in the 90s when baseball was at an all-time high. Those images, they did not keep up. And it's people like this who are like, you're not wearing your uniforms. You're disrespecting the game. They're always talking about disrespecting the game. This all-time fight between the DH, the DH is awesome, DH is ruining baseball. You're ruining baseball. Who gives a fuck if they're wearing unis or not when they're taking BP? Is that ruining baseball? Ruining baseball is not marketing your stars. How Bryce Harper isn't in every TV commercial is beyond me. He's hilarious. He's a punk kid. He's great. I love his attitude. He's classy. He's not classy. He's crazy, is what I meant to say.
Crazy.
He's got a crazy hairdo. He's got a crazy look. I love the kid. Baseball is an image problem. Also because of guys like this. Yeah. You know what I would really wish for this, though, is I would have loved, I wish Vin Scully could call one more game. I wish Vin could have been there to just set these guys straight. Because there's no way Vin Scully would do anything about this. He would not care. And he would tell people, and in probably a way more eloquent way than I have and you have, of why it's not an embarrassment to baseball. So to Joe and Chip.
I feel like baseball's got a lot more issues, not just the marketing.
Yeah, because...
maybe all the drugs?
Drugs, we have a lot of racism in baseball right now between Josh Hader and also Trea Turner.
The old tweets.
The old tweets.
Oh, my God.
Some of those are... I don't want to be an apologist for any of them, but he drops the F word. He doesn't drop the N word, but makes reference to black people. So already right there, you've lost.
Yeah.
So those aren't an issue. Just one of my biggest pet peeves with baseball.
I was even interested in this.
See, there you go. You're stirring up something over nothing.
Well, at least they found a way to make me interested in baseball.
Yeah, and I can't wait. They probably won't eat crow. They'll be like, we were mistaken. They'll do the apologist thing that you usually get when you say something real stupid in this country.
The apology.
Yeah, it's like, we weren't aware that, Chase was trying to raise money for kids with cancer. Of course, we don't want kids to have cancer, but if they do, we want to make sure they get money. So why don't you actually donate to Chase Utley's, foundation or, the GoFundMe, whatever the fuck it is. It pisses me off.
Oh, I can tell.
It makes me very angry.
It was funny to me.
It fires me up.
It grinded your gears, though.
Oh, it grinds. There's something that always grinds my gears, and that definitely does.
Yeah.
You know, when people nitpick at stupid bullshit, which I'm nitpicking at stupid bullshit right now.
Yeah, but we're also grasping for stories. It's fucking August.
It is August, but we're close to getting to the finish line. And football is almost here. It's less, almost, yeah, it is less than 30 days. Less than 30 days now until college football is back.
Yeah.
And everything else. But we have so much coming up. Obviously, hockey is going to be coming back in the fall. NBA is going to be coming back in the fall. World Series is coming up. I'm the only one that gives a fuck. And
I'll give a fuck the last 3 innings, I told you.
And of course, NFL football is coming back, which you and I are going to talk fantasy. We have to go to some games. We are going to a college football game this year. I wonder if people are going to be able to figure out what we're going to. We're not going to tell them.
We're not going to tell them.
But before we go, you know, just to appease our friends to the north, I know that I am not the biggest hockey guy.
Who is our friends to the north? You know Dallas has a team.
I don't respect the city of Dallas. I don't like Dallas. Everybody always assumes that if you're from Texas, you're a Cowboys fan. Love the Cowboys. Fuck the Cowboys.
Fuck the Cowboys.
Fuck the Stars.
I'm a Stars sympathizer.
And fuck the Mavs. Nobody in Texas likes Dallas.
Oh, come on, I love Dallas.
Yeah, you're not from here.
That's fair.
Texans don't like Dallas.
I do love Dallas because it reminds me of D.C. in the South. It's so metropolitan and pretentious.
That's exactly why Texans don't like Dallas at all. Nobody likes Dallas.
I love Dallas.
Yes, but anyways, I know Dallas, that is still, to me, that is to the north. Anything.
Okay, technically it is to the north.
Anything north of Austin, Texas is to the north.
All right, I'm trying to think. South. Los Angeles.
San Antonio. Yeah, Los Angeles.
I'm trying to think of southern teams that have, southern cities that have teams.
I like it, LA.
Anyway, fuck you, Tyler. Hockey's awesome.
Hockey is awesome. I know that a man, hold on.
Not just a man, a God put on this earth.
I'm going to say his name, Robert Smith.
What?
Billy Smith. A. Smith signed a 6-year deal, 6-year extension with the Caps.
I don't know how you fucked this up because he's not Russian
For $60
or Swedish
million.
or Slavic or anything.
For $6 million.
Almost
$6
million a season. It is Tom Wilson.
I thought it was a Smith. Tom Wilson, Smith, Tom Smith, Smith Thomas.
I will not deal with this disrespect.
It's about the same. That's a very northern hockey name.
He is from Canada.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom Wilson is a very American name.
Thomas Thompson. There's Jim Jones. There's David Smith. That's what I think every hockey player is named. And then a whole bunch of Russian names.
Okay, I was about to say.
Like Karolinko or whatever, or Putin. That's not even a very Russian name.
Putin? No, not really.
Anyway, so yeah, there's your, we'll put it up, we'll create a segment. It's like Mia's hockey news of the day and the week.
We'll go here.
Because Tyler's an asshole. Boom.
Yeah, fuck you, Tyler.
There's a segment.
Yeah, Tommy Wilson, defensive man. Fucking stud. Scored 14 goals last season. Who does that? That's not his position. He's not supposed to be handling the puck. He's supposed to be ramming people against the boards, which he also does.
So nobody scored 14 goals last year in the NHL?
Not a defensive man. Oh my God. Don't ruin this for me. I only get like 45 seconds of hockey talk.
You'll get more the more there is.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Anyway,
when it gets to
he signed a 6-year extension. He is staying in D.C. for 6 more years. We get 6 more years of fucking trucking other players. Have you seen a reel of him just hammering
Oh my God,
dudes?
dude, I saw that one on the thing. It was amazing.
Isn't he incredible?
Yeah, it was so good.
Oh God. He's our
He got that one guy and he put him up and he hit him so hard. I thought that dude's teeth were gonna fall out. That was unbelievable.
You didn't see anything, did you?
I watched every bit of Thomas Smith's highlight reel.
I get 45 seconds of this, and you're ruining it for me.
No, I'm excited for the Caps. You lost your head coach,
too.
and
we lost our head coach. We regained our. We also re-signed John Carlson. Oh God, now I just feel like I'm feeding into
John Carlson. Fucking hockey names. I think it's great. It's great.
Yeah, we get a few more years of Carly. We get a few more years of Tommy. We are very excited about this. He's a bad motherfucker.
I'm excited.
We're gonna go to a Stars game when the Caps are here, and he always fights against the Stars because he's got bad blood with them.
Can we just go to a Caps game? I don't want to go to Dallas. I will go to DC.
Yes, we can go to a Caps game. It's even better up there.
I will go to a Caps game anywhere but Dallas.
Actually, that could be fun.
Yes, it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I have no desire to go there.
We should go to a. Oh my God. Ooh, you want to talk?
Yep, I know where you're going.
You want to make the news and see me start a fight? Let's go see them play in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but we're gonna do it.
Oh my God.
I would love to go to Pittsburgh.
Ew.
Pittsburgh is the Pittsburgh.
Said no one ever.
Said everyone ever.
No, Pittsburgh sucks.
We'll go see Ben
It
Roethlisberger.
smells like coal and dead dreams and alimony.
Yeah, but they shot Batman there, which is cool.
Yeah.
And the Steelers are a cool team. They have Antonio Brown and Juju, which is cool.
And Le'Veon Bell for one more season.
And Le'Veon Bell for one more season. They also have Sidney Crosby, who is
And Joe!
arguably the greatest hockey player of all time.
No.
Yes, he is.
No.
And he's handsome.
I'm walking off.
All the
I'm taking
ladies,
my mic
all
off.
the ladies want to fuck him.
I'm
They
taking
do.
my mic off.
You can't take your mic off. We're not done with the show yet.
Ah!
Not yet. I lost my notes.
Yeah, I know.
We were going to talk about something else.